Have you ever been in the middle of talking to a woman and suddenly your brain just stops working? Like, one second you're having a normal conversation, and the next second you're stumbling over words, overthinking every response, and wondering why you can't just be normal? If you've ever walked away from an interaction thinking, I completely blew that, then you need to hear this. What I'm about to tell you might completely change how you see yourself and your social skills. The truth is, that awkwardness you feel, it's not a personality flaw, it's not permanent, and it's definitely not unfixable. In fact, some of the most confident men I know used to be exactly where you are right now. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm genuinely excited to talk about this topic today because I know how frustrating social awkwardness can be, especially when it comes to interacting with women. Today, we're going to dive deep into the real psychology behind why you feel uncomfortable in these situations, and more importantly, I'm going to give you 7 concrete strategies that will help you overcome this challenge once and for all. We're going to talk about mindset shifts, practical techniques, and the small changes that make a massive difference in how you show up in social situations. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap for transforming those awkward, nerve-wracking interactions into natural, confident conversations. Before we jump into the solutions, let's get something straight. Feeling awkward around women doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It usually comes down to 3 main factors: lack of experience, overthinking every interaction, and putting way too much pressure on yourself to be perfect. The good news? All of these are completely fixable with the right approach. Most guys think awkwardness is just part of who they are, but that's not true. Confidence and social ease are skills, just like learning to drive or playing an instrument. And like any skill, they improve with practice and the right techniques. So let's break down exactly how to develop these skills. Number 1, shift from impressing to connecting. Here's the biggest mistake I see guys make. They treat every conversation with a woman like it's a job interview, where they're trying to prove their worth. Every story becomes overly polished, every response is carefully calculated, and the whole interaction feels stiff and unnatural. When you're focused on impressing someone, you're not present in the moment. You're in your head, rehearsing what you're going to say next instead of actually listening to her. And women can feel this immediately. Instead of experiencing a genuine connection, she feels like she's watching a performance. The mindset shift you need to make is this. Instead of thinking, I hope she likes me, start thinking, let's see if we connect naturally. This tiny change removes the pressure to be perfect and allows your authentic personality to shine through. And here's the irony. Being relaxed and genuine is actually what's impressive. It shows real confidence because you're not desperately trying to prove anything. Women don't want to be impressed with a list of your accomplishments or a rehearsed story. They want to feel something: curiosity, connection, laughter, or intrigue. These emotions only happen when you're being real, not when you're performing. Number 2, embrace authentic expression. One of the biggest sources of awkwardness is the constant self-editing that happens in your head. You have a funny thought or an interesting observation, but then you second-guess yourself and decide not to share it. This creates those weird pauses where the conversation loses its flow and suddenly everything feels forced. The solution is learning to speak more in real time. If something funny pops into your head, share it. If she mentions something that reminds you of a story, tell it. Let the conversation breathe and develop naturally instead of trying to control every word. Now, I'm not saying you should have zero filter. Use common sense here. But most guys err way too far on the side of caution. They're so afraid of saying something wrong that they end up saying nothing interesting at all. Being a little unpolished is human, and those spontaneous moments are what make conversations memorable. Think about your best friends. You don't carefully craft every sentence when you're talking to them, right? You just speak naturally, and that's when your personality really comes through. The same principle applies to talking with women. Number 3, master the power of comfortable silence. Here's something that surprises most guys. Silence isn't awkward unless you make it awkward. The moment there's a natural pause in conversation, many men panic. They start rambling, fidgeting, or asking random questions, just to fill the space. But confident people are comfortable with quiet moments. Silence can actually work in your favor. It creates a subtle tension that draws people in, and it shows that you're not afraid of the moment. When you stay relaxed during a pause, it demonstrates emotional stability and confidence. The next time there's a natural break in conversation, don't rush to fill it. Take a breath, look around, maybe smile, and then re-engage with curiosity. You could say something like, "You look like you're thinking about something interesting. What's on your mind?" Or, "You know what just randomly popped into my head?" This approach turns silence into an opportunity for deeper connection rather than an awkward moment to escape from. Number 4, transform your body language. Your body language communicates more than your words ever will. If your posture is screaming, "I'm nervous and uncomfortable," that's exactly what she's going to pick up on, regardless of what you're saying. Common signs of awkward body language include crossed arms that create a barrier, rigid posture that looks uncomfortable, avoiding eye contact, excessive fidgeting, or standing completely still like you're frozen. All of these signals communicate anxiety and discomfort. Instead, focus on projecting ease and comfort through your body. Drop your shoulders and take a deep breath. It's amazing how much tension we carry without realizing it. Keep your hands loose and use them naturally when you speak. Make steady eye contact without staring intensely. Lean in slightly when she's talking to show engagement, and lean back when you're being playful or joking around. Your body language should communicate, "I'm comfortable here, I'm not trying too hard, and I'm enjoying this moment." When you radiate this kind of ease, she'll feel it too, and it creates a positive feedback loop that makes the entire interaction more enjoyable for both of you. Number 5, practice low-stakes social interactions. Here's a game-changing strategy that most guys never consider. Stop only talking to women when you're attracted to them. That's when all the pressure hits. And suddenly, every word feels loaded with meaning. The solution is to make talking to women a normal, everyday occurrence without any agenda. Strike up casual conversations throughout your day, chat with the barista about her day, make small talk with the cashier, comment on something interesting in your environment. You're not flirting, you're building social muscle memory. This approach does 2 crucial things. First, it normalizes interactions with women so they don't feel like rare, high-stakes events. Second, it builds your confidence and social skills in low-pressure situations. When you finally do talk to someone you're interested in, it won't feel like such a big deal because you've been practicing all along. Think of it like learning to drive. You don't start by racing on the highway. You practice in empty parking lots first. The same principle applies to social confidence. Build your skills in comfortable environments, and then you'll be ready when it really counts. Number 6, develop self-deprecating humor. Everyone says something awkward sometimes. The difference between confident and insecure people is how they handle these moments. Awkward guys try to pretend it didn't happen and spiral internally. Confident guys own it and often turn it into a moment of connection. If you stumble over your words or make a weird comment, don't always try to pretend it didn't happen. Instead, acknowledge it with humor. "That made way more sense in my head." Or, "Wow, let me try that again in English." This shows self-awareness without insecurity. This kind of humor is magnetic because it's relatable and genuine. It shows that you're human, you don't take yourself too seriously, and you can laugh at your own mistakes. It also gives her permission to be imperfect too, which creates a more relaxed atmosphere for both of you. Remember, the goal isn't to never be awkward. It's to be comfortable with your own imperfections. Paradoxically, this comfort with awkwardness often prevents most awkward moments from happening in the first place. Number 7, lead without controlling. Many guys make the mistake of leaving everything up to the woman: the direction of conversation, the pace of interaction, even where to go on a date. While this might seem polite, it actually creates burden for her and can make you seem indecisive or insecure. Instead, practice gentle leadership. This doesn't mean controlling or dominating the conversation, but rather guiding it in interesting directions. If the conversation lags, suggest a shift. Want to grab a drink over there instead? Or, let's switch topics. Tell me something totally random about yourself that I'd never guess. This kind of leadership shows initiative, confidence, and emotional maturity. It allows her to relax into the moment instead of feeling responsible for keeping everything flowing. Women appreciate men who can take charge of a situation without being aggressive or pushy about it. Leading also means being decisive about small things. Instead of asking, "Where do you want to go?" try, "I know a great coffee shop around the corner. Let's check it out." This removes the burden of decision-making from her and shows that you're comfortable taking responsibility. If you feel awkward around women, please understand that you're not broken or bad with people. You're simply unpracticed, and that's completely fixable. Every confident man you've ever seen had to learn these skills at some point. The difference is that they push through the uncomfortable learning phase instead of accepting awkwardness as permanent. The strategies I've shared today aren't just about talking to women. They'll improve all your social interactions. Confidence is a transferable skill. As you become more comfortable in these situations, you'll notice improvements in your professional relationships, friendships, and overall social presence. Building social confidence is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself as you practice these techniques, and remember that every awkward moment is just data that helps you improve. The goal isn't perfection. It's authentic connection and genuine confidence in who you are. Start implementing these strategies this week. Pick one or two that resonate with you most, and focus on those until they become natural, then gradually incorporate the others. Before you know it, those nerve-wracking interactions will become opportunities for genuine connection and enjoyment. If this video helped you see social interactions from a new perspective, please hit that like button. It genuinely helps more men discover this content when they need it most. I really want to hear from you in the comments. What's one social situation that always makes you feel awkward, and which strategy from today are you going to try first? Your experiences and questions help create a community where we can all learn from each other. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.